It was the interview that no one expected or saw coming.
Wendy Williams on the line. Good morning, Wendy.
Good morning.
Shocking the airwaves.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody.
From the star who'd been out of the public eye for years, Wendy Williams, the one-time self-proclaimed queen of all media, known for her signature catchphrase.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Wendy resurfacing calling longtime friend Charlamagne the God's radio show, pleading for her freedom.
I am not cognitively impaired, you know what I'm saying? No, but I feel like I am in prison. You understand what I'm saying?
And breaking her silence on The Breakfast Club 2 years after her dementia diagnosis. Speaking out about her life now inside a healthcare facility, living under a court-appointed guardianship. This is Byron Pitts. It's been a while since we've spoken. A few weeks after that stunning first interview with Charlamagne, I spoke briefly with Wendy on the phone. How are you doing?
How am I doing? I'm still in prison, so to speak.
Can you describe where you are right now?
Yes. Well, as I've said, because it's a fact, this is the memory unit. That's what this floor is called, the memory unit. And it is true that these people who live here don't remember anything. Some of them are in their 60s, some of them are in their 80s, some are... look, I don't belong here at all. This is ridiculous.
Are you able in this facility to move about, to leave when you want to leave your room when you want to?
Well, I leave my room to order lunch. Everything is on this floor. And by the way, I have everything right here in the bedroom because, you know, these people that live here, you know, they're nice people, but that's not my cup of tea at all. And it's really expensive where I am. $18,000 a month out of my money.
Wendy telling me she doesn't have control over her day-to-day life.
It seems like she's been pretty open that it's a locked unit, so certainly that could be consistent with a memory care unit for more severe cases of dementia.
You can call my phone whenever.
The last time the public heard anything from Wendy was a year ago in Lifetime's Where's Wendy Williams?
My real name is Wendy Hunter.
Hunter.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people saw the documentary that certainly was unflattering, but it looked a lot like addiction for anyone that knows folks that are addicted to alcohol and drugs.
Wendy's allegations sparking online fury and concern from her fans.
Free Wendy. Free Wendy. Free Wendy Williams.
But Wendy's official diagnosis, similar to the one that forced Bruce Willis to step away from Hollywood for good.
As the disease progresses, people tend to have both language and behavior symptoms, and then ultimately in the later stages, they will develop memory problems as well.
Do you think you have dementia?
No. That's what I've been accused of, believe it or not. Frontal temporal dementia. How dare you? And I'm not saying you, because I've been accused of having that. And how do you prove it? By keeping me locked here. So that I can't see. Look, I can't go out. You have to have keys to open the door, to hit the elevator, to go downstairs. Keys. I'm telling you, this is like being in prison.
Those who know Wendy personally say she sounds like the old Wendy.
I was actually her legal eagle on her radio show years and years and years ago. And she sounded like the Wendy that I know.
If Wendy sounded like she had no memory, she was ill, she was on some type of drugs, or if she seemed extra lethargic, I would say that because I keep it real. Wendy sounds better than she ever has.
Now, Wendy could be one step closer to taking back control of her life. A source telling Impact that her court-appointed personal attorney is set to file a petition to end the guardianship.
Wendy Williams' attorney filing a petition to terminate the guardianship would tell me that her attorney believes they have the evidence to convince a judge that Wendy Williams is no longer incapacitated.
When do you think you'll be home, you'll be out of this facility? What say you?
What do I say? You think I want to be in the dying place? These people, I am telling you, I am not like any single person here.
So Could Wendy Williams actually regain her independence? Long before personal and medical struggles haunted her, Wendy Williams was a trailblazer, dominating the airway.
Whether you loved her or you hated her, Wendy Williams is iconic. Sis had stories.
And she shared those stories with millions on The Wendy Williams Show.
Here's Wendy!
No celebrity was off limits during her talk show's scorching hot topics.
Guess who's jealous of Adele? Beyonce. I am done with Taylor Swift. Yup.
Her show exploding into a cultural phenomenon.
Wendy!
Her fan base spanning from grandmas and housewives to teenagers. Wendy's star continued to rise until cracks in October 2017.
It was a Halloween episode. She was dressed like the Statue of Liberty, and she just wasn't herself. She started kind of spacing out, and then she looks off and collapses right there on air.
It did pass out, but you know what? I'm a champ, and I'm back.
It became super clear she was not okay.
Then a messy divorce, bizarre behavior, and long absences from the set, in part due to complications from Graves' disease and hyperthyroidism. In the summer of 2022, after a 14-year run, The Wendy Williams Show was canceled, Wendy's whereabouts shrouded in mystery. Around this time, unbeknownst to the world, a judge declared Wendy Williams incapacitated and put her under guardianship.
What we know from Wendy Williams' past is that Wells Fargo, her bank, noted that there were some irregular transactions, and that started the process of this guardianship.
Wendy's bank, Wells Fargo, claimed in court documents that Wendy was an incapacitated person and a victim of undue influence and financial exploitation. Attorney Sabrina Morrissey was appointed as her guardian to manage Wendy's health and finances. Impact reached out to Wells Fargo, the bank saying in a statement, "This matter was conducted under seal. Any claims against Wells Fargo have been dismissed."
It seems to me that the court has decided to put her under the most restrictive type of guardianship that New York law will allow.
I think probably the biggest controversy surrounding Wendy Williams' guardianship is that the person who is the executor of her estate essentially is not even a family member.
Most of Wendy's family now call Florida home, including her younger brother Tommy Williams. He says he wasn't part of the guardianship process.
Why did the courts intervene as opposed to her family intervening?
Well, I don't know. You know, at this particular point, by the time I was pulled in and had an understanding, they already had a hold of Wendy, you know?
The courts in New York?
Well, I believe so.
The guardian?
The guardianship.
Has the guardian ever reached out to you, or to the best of your knowledge, to your sister or to your father?
I can't speak to anybody else. I'm speaking on my behalf. I truly don't understand it. Like, I really, maybe there was parts that I missed, perhaps. Maybe somewhere along the legal, you know, tap dance, but I can't seem to grab a hold of why. Let the girl go. She's still Wendy. She still has life. She still has ambition. You know, what kind of test can she take to, you know, to get through this and show that, you know, she has it and she's ready to go?
Now in a major twist, Wendy's guardian asking the court for Wendy to be reevaluated. Impact reached out to Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, but did not hear back. In a previous statement, an attorney for Morrissey told ABC News that because the case is under seal, Morrissey couldn't defend herself from the multiple claims against her, but denied all wrongdoing, adding that all the court-appointed guardians' activities are regulated and supervised by the court.
A reevaluation for Wendy Williams could change everything for her in terms of how much care she needs, how many restrictions are put upon her by the guardian, or whether or not a guardianship still needs to be enforced.
The question of whether she really has dementia or not now may finally be answered. For much more, watch Impact by Nightline, What's Happening with Wendy Williams, streaming now on Hulu.